Hello everyone, welcome to another Bible journaling video. Today I'm sharing a little bit older page with you, and I've doubted a really long time if I should show it or not, because it didn't really turn out the way I wanted, but I decided I would still show it to you, so you can see that not everything goes well the first time, and that everyone struggles with a page sometime. I'm preparing my page with Liquitex matte gel medium, and nowadays I use a lot of Art Basic clear gesso, but I still like the matte medium, so I think you can just use what you have or what you like most. The clear gesso dries a little bit smoother, and it works a little bit better with microns on top of it. The gel medium has to dry really well before you use a micron on top of it. I made a little sketch before I made this page, and I'm using that as a base for my page, so I'm placing the image below it and I can just trace it. I'm using a micron pen for this page, and I will just trace the image. I made a sketch myself, but if you want to, you can look at Google Images for more images, and there are a lot of sites that offer free downloads. But if you share your image, please give credit to the people you used the image from, because they put a lot of time and effort in it, and it's just the right thing to do. when I trace the entire image, I start the coloring. I'm using distress markers for the image, and I'm just scribbling a little bit onto an acrylic block, so you can use them a bit like watercolors. I'm adding water and then I'm just coloring the image. When you start with your watercolors, you have to be sure your ink is really dry, because otherwise it will smudge and, well, then there isn't a lot you can do anymore. Yeah, you can add more colors to it to blend out the dark edges, but just be sure it's dry and it's a lot easier. For the background I'm using the distress markers too, and I'm using them as watercolors again. And here you can see that I'm used to watercolor paper, so I'm adding lots of water to the paper, and the Bible paper isn't really taking it that well. So it doesn't really blend the way I want, and I'm still looking for a good way to use watercolors on my Bible pages in the way I would like, because I can color with them, but the backgrounds are a bit harder. And in the end it didn't turn out really bad, but it just was a struggle to get everything blended the way I want. I'm using some distress ink blocks this time for the sky, and I'm just using it the same way as the markers. I'm adding ink to the acrylic block, and then I will add some water to the ink and add it to the page. When I want a lighter color I will just add more water. But you have to be careful when you add water that you don't make the page too wet, because it will not work out on the Bible page. As you can see, I'm trying to blend the colors a little bit, so while it's still wet it will blend in the other colors. Because of the Bible page paper, it doesn't really work like regular watercolor paper, but you can still work with it this way. I will give you a closer look to the page. Most of the wrinkles will smooth out in time, but on the back side you can see that I didn't really cover the page that well with the medium. So that's a lesson for next time. You just have to be sure that the medium covers the entire page. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.